All right, good morning, everybody. What's left of the morning? It's 11 o'clock time here. Got me on another cross country, going back out to Abilene. I've already picked up the weather, already taxied, already picked up my IFR clearance. We're sitting down here at the end of the runway, about to do the run up. Getting a couple things situated here, then I'll be ready to start that. Get that put away. Let's go ahead and flight control, so left, right. Forward. Back trim. That is good. All right, let's go ahead and switch fuel tanks to the fuller one. All right, let's go ahead and full power here so we can clean her out for climb. Don't need to lean it out a lot because it is all that good there. We'll do 2,000. Come back pretty close. All right, so let's do the left side. 1950 was the drop. Good recovery. Right side. 1950 was the drop. Good recovery. Carb heat check. That is good. All right. Generator's looking good. Oil pressure, fuel pressure are good. Oil temperature is coming up. Our battery's looking good here. Our fuel flow is looking good here. Let's do an idle check. All right, that is good. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go. I've already got everything loaded into both GPSs for departure. And again, I've already done most of this stuff because you were catching me prior to takeoff. So run up checklist, we switched tanks, flight controls are good, trim is set, instruments are looking good, make sure it's set for best power. Primer's in and locked. We did tax to 2,000, tested both the left and right mags. They dropped to 50. You get 125 max, and they were pretty much the same on both sides. Heat check was good. Battery is good. Fuel pressure, oil pressure, oil temperature were good. Friction lock is set. Idle check was checked. This would be a normal takeoff, so we do flaps up, so 0 degrees. I'll turn fuel pump on when we get over to the whole short line. Carb heat will be off. Pitot heat will be off because it's pretty warm outside. It's like almost 80 degrees, like 75-ish, something like that. Transponder is set, 5207. Our heading bug is set for runway heading. Doors locked and latched. Strobes are already on. Abort plan. We should be off hopefully by the 1,000 footers. If we're not off by the first taxiway, though, we're going to have a problem. We're going to just powered idle and brake. 6,000 foot long runway, so we're not going to slam on the brakes. We're just going to stop the way we can as quickly as we can and then pull off. If we make it, can't make any turns minimum until 1,200 feet, assuming he gives me a turn prior to that, but no turns prior to 1,200 feet. If we have any issues before, so between 700 and we'll say 950 feet and we have runway in front of us, we're just going to pull power to idle and nose it back over and just do a flap up landing for whatever runway we have remaining. If we have anything less than 1,200 feet, between 950 and 1,200, we're pretty much going straight ahead. After 1,200 feet, we've already started our turn. Depending on how far away from the field we are, we're going to come back and land on this taxiway right here. If not, we're going to start going into a populated area, and we're going to just have to pick and choose what we can find because it's not going to be a lot. So let me go ahead and get our departure set up on my iPad just so I'm backed up for a third place. 18 right.
Tower, Arch 24 Victor.
Victor.
9 miles southwest. Inbound Atlantic is 18 left open. 24 Victor.
Arch 24 Victor, Sphinx Tower, affirmative.
All right, that's good.
All right, we got NGF, and we want to land 18 left, please.
Oh, we're going to the grass runway.
24 Victor, roger. Report a right downwind for runway 18 left.
I'll report a right downwind for 18 left. 24 Victor.
All right.
Number 4 Sierra, Romeo, Fable, turn right, taxiway, Echo. Where are you parking, sir?
I'm Echo, and then going to the northeast side.
Number 4 Sierra, Romeo, roger. You can contact ground when you're off for taxi.
Contact ground for 4 Sierra, Romeo.
Texting the wife and kids.
Tower 2804 Charlie.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
3 mile left base for 1A route.
Skyline 204 Charlie, roger, the wind is 200 at 10, runway 18 right, you're cleared to land.
18 right, clear to land, 04 Charlie.
Speak Tower, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike, holding short of 18 right at Charlie, IFR ready to go.
253 Whiskey Mike, Sphinx Tower, roger, working out for release.
Working and release. Woo-hoo-hoo. Fuel pump is on, landing light is on, mixture is set, flashers are on, we are good to go. We got about a 10 knot wind right down the middle of the runway right now, so we are flaps into the, ailerons into the wind. Oh man, going. It didn't ring a bell when I said it. I went through all my instruments earlier. I didn't say anything for the vertical speed indicator, but it is 0. And now we got a guy turning final, so it's going to be a minute. Parking brake set, because I don't want to just sit here with my brakes. But hopefully by the time this guy lands, or does his touch and go, whatever the hell he's doing, I can get out of here. Again, one last check for the door. Really don't want that to come loose, or come open, I should say. If I can double, triple check it, do what I gotta do. And part of my clearance, we got runway heading, obviously, with an initial altitude of 3,000 feet. And my final altitude is 1,000 feet, so we'll see. With some possible clouds around view at 6,600, I think is what it was, 6,000, something like that. Okay, buddy. Must be a stop.
Sphinx Tower, Archer 284 Victor, right downwind, 18 left.
Archer 284 Victor, roger, runway 18 left, you're clear to land.
Going to the grass runway.
18 left, clear to land. Thank you, 284 Victor.
That's my hangar neighbor.
November 253 Whiskey Mike, runway 18 right, you're clear to take off.
18 right, clear for takeoff, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike. All right, let's get going to the edge of the threshold over here, so we can get as much of that runway as possible. Start the timer. 18 right is seen on the runway. We are good. Here we go. Got wind correction out because it's on the middle of the runway. Airspeed's alive. Everything is looking good. Before the 1,000 footers, as we wanted, and it was down just a little bit so we can get that airspeed going. All right, now we'll nose up so we can get the rest XY. X, I should say. I don't know why I said XY. Guess I got some geometry shit going on in my head. Or trig. I don't know, math. Keep him runway heading. There's 1,100 feet. I think that was the wind. The engine still looks good. The sound definitely changed.
253 Whiskey Mike, contact Lone Star departure.
Over to departure, Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike, see ya. And departure, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike is 1,600 climbing 3,000 runway heading.
Number 253 Whiskey Mike Lone Star departure, radar contact, turn right, heading 270, climb maintain 6,000.
Right 270 and up to 6,000, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike. One thing at a time, so there's my heading in there. Keep the turn coming. There's 2,000.
Star Approach 4717 Charlie, no joy in that traffic.
Go ahead and bug our new.
Charlie traffic, no factor, turn right, heading a 190 vector for the climb. 4717 Charlie, 190.
270. Alright, we're well above, so let's do climb checklist. Alright, we'll nose it down just a little bit so we can get 8,500. Fuel pump off, landing light off. And we'll monitor our fuel pressure. Come back to the left just a little bit.
537 Lone Star Approach, say again, please.
Hey, we're at 11.5, descending via the Fokker 4, we have November.
Iconic 537, thank you.
Alright.
Number 3 Whiskey Mike, climb maintain 8,000, clear direct, Millsap.
Up to 8,000 and direct Millsap, Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike. Nice. Oops. Push the wrong button. Direct. Enter.
Number 606 Tango Charlie Lone Star Approach, thank you. Advise me of the Weather Alliance.
I didn't think I'd get 8,000 so fast.
Number 17 Charlie, turn left heading 160. 160 for 47 Charlie.
Alright. In theory, it's supposed to be VFR, go for all the way if depending on what my altitude is going to be, but there's going to be some weather moving in. Definitely going west.
Number 3 Whiskey Mike traffic, 10 o'clock and 5 miles northeast, bound to Sirius at 4,500.
Looking for Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike. But just looking out in front, it doesn't look good as far as weather-wise. So I could have went VFR and just kept low, but weather moving in, I'm going to be running into some clouds. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and file. If we get some IMC time, we get some IMC time. As long as the winds don't get too crazy.
Just maintain 3,000. 1,000 for 4717 Charlie.
That's the guy I'm supposed to be looking for. He's like directly in my path right now, but since I'm nose up, I'm definitely not going to be able to see him. But he's going to be out of my way now, so could be a problem. We're cleared all the way up to 8,000. Don't usually get that high of a climb that quick. We're up at 27.0.
No factor.
Thank you for that, sir.
17 Charlie, turn left heading 120. 20, 11 off at 3,000.
Nose over just a little bit more. We will get some IMC time, so that'd be good.
Hello, Big Strap 9.
Definitely not going to be able to count in an approach on either end here because it's not going to be that good. It's not going to be clouds that low.
Big Strap 981 Lone Star Approach.
That's okay. I went last weekend,
Alpha, Lone Star
shot 3 approaches,
runway 16 left.
so it should be good for a while.
Cash 21 check. Departure, Cash 21, 3,000.
Okay, I have multiple aircraft checking on. Number 52901 Alpha, expect visual approach runway 16 left. Cash 21 Lone Star departure, radar contact, climb maintain 6,000.
I
Cash 21 up to 6,000.
did that incorrectly, but that's okay.
Number 17 Charlie, contact approach.
As far as
1.2.
what I'm doing on my iPad.
5.2 for 4717 Charlie. Thanks, have a great day.
Go ahead and do flight plan and go direct. LSAP here. Activate. So now we're going direct in both GPSs.
Cash 21 amend altitude, maintain 5,000.
Cash 21, 5,000.
All right, we're 44 for 8,000. Got my timer set just in case I get to catch any cloud time so I can log my actual IMC time appropriately. We're 45 at 84 knots, so we're moving, we're climbing good, looking good. Ground is down there, I can still see it, but it's getting hazy down there, so I like the look of that.
Iconic 537.
We started with 44 gallons of gas, mostly in the right side, so I started on the left.
537.
Then before the run-up, I switched to the right tank.
3,500.
3,500.
But lean out a little as we climb.
Juliet, contact approach on 118.1.
Compensate for the wind here a little bit because it's actually blowing us away.
Hello, Lone Star, Southwest 24.
Not a strong wind, but
Descending via the Fokker. We have information, Oscar.
Number 410 Juliet, contact approach 118.1.
Lone Star approach November 28265, 4,000.
Number 28265 Lone Star approach, thank you.
And I'm on a 280 heading.
Southwest 2423 Lone Star approach, thank you.
ears need to pop.
Number 410 Juliet, Lone Star approach. Number 410 Juliet, contact approach on 118.1.
And I wish I had a different autopilot. I mean, this one here works pretty good. Does what I need it to do. Doesn't do what I want it to do. Like, I would love to put in, airspeed and climb at this rate, but I can't do that. I can put, or climb at, if I wanted to climb at 85 knots and set it for that, I can't do that. I can hit, climb at X number of altitude, X number of feet per minute, but I don't know what that's going to be with whatever. So I just hand fly until I get leveled off. I will descend with the autopilot because it's really easy. I can set that nice comfortable descent at 500 feet per minute. But yeah, for the climbing, I just hand fly it all the way up. And we're more or less on course. Be like a half a degree off to the right.
190, climb, maintain 8,000.
We're nice and coordinated. We're about 5,800 for 8,000. And when I did the clouds, looking at how I wanted to get here, a lot of them said, so the METAR, the ATIS at home was few at 6,000, I think is what it said. Go back. Yeah, few at 6,000. The forecast was broken at 66. Till like halfway there, I'm like, okay, well, it didn't really show me what the tops were going to be. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to fly it the whole way there. So I filed for 8,000 to see if I can try to get above it while also getting some actual time. So it's going to be a good time. I'm excited to get some cloud time.
Number 80 Charlie, Lone Star approach, thank you. Expect a visual approach runway 16, descend, maintain 6,000.
For 63 for 8.
Number 80 Charlie, roger, expect RNAV runway 16, I have a request. Number 80 Charlie, fly heading 040 and descend, maintain 6,000.
So the wind direction shifted. It was before it was a 230, now it's a 140. So it's
maintain 8,000.
About a 100-degree change, 110-degree. Now it's switching again. So what's cool is it's turning into a tailwind for me. So that's nice. At least we got that going for us.
Southwest 4223, traffic 11 o'clock, 10 miles southbound, 8,000 feet, flight of 2 Texan 2s.
Looking for Southwest 2423.
Cash 21, turn 10 degrees left.
Timer's expired, but
Archer 791 Echo Charlie.
timer is officially no longer irrelevant once he gave me my altitude and directed the fix that I had filed.
Number 751 Echo Charlie, Lone Star departure.
At that point, I was just going to fly that anyways.
751 Echo Charlie.
Number 7 Charlie Tango, turn right heading 070.
Right, 070, 7 Charlie Tango. S21 has the traffic.
Got a cloud coming right here. We're going to hit it. Let's see what it looks like.
Number 901 Alpha.
7,000 feet, so 1,000 feet to go. Doesn't look like it's going to be a
Charlie traffic, 12 o'clock, 2 miles.
bigger cloud over there than what I got in front of me here. This should be pretty quick.
Number 91 Alpha, there'll be a traffic off your right wing. It'll be a citation at 6,000.
Got some clouds.
Controller, but 217 Charlie Tango has kilo and out of it.
Number 7 Charlie Tango, contact approach on 124.3.
Over to 124.3.
Minor corrections, especially while you're in the clouds, because you can't see what's around you.
Got kilo, it has 751 Echo Charlie. Charlie.
Go nose over a little bit because we're
751 Echo
we're
Charlie.
back to a
thank you.
VX
Climb
versus
maintain
VY.
5,000.
Up to 5751 Echo Charlie.
Cruise climb, I should say.
Southwest 2423,
VY.
contact approach 125.2.
125.2, Southwest 2423, good day.
Cash 21, climb maintain 11,000. Contact Waco approach on 127.65.
I think it's the cloud, but the RPMs seem a little low, so we're just gonna
push 127.65, yeah.
seem about right. But I also need to take it out a little bit more.
80 Charlie, descend maintain 4,000, traffic no factor. Number 901 Alpha, traffic off your right side descending to 4,000, a citation.
RPMs are looking good.
Forward center station here at 474.
Oil pressure, fuel pressure, oil temperature all in the green still.
751 Echo Charlie, turn left heading of 110.
200 feet to go.
10751 Echo Charlie.
Papa Charlie was the call sign. Actually, I see you, number 474 Papa Charlie, Lone Star approach. Thank you. Maintain VFR.
50 feet. And we're definitely going to be on top here. So 8,000 was definitely a good choice. Dun, dun.
3520 Papa Lone Star approach. Just advise.
8,000 was a good choice here, so that's good. A little bit of left rudder trim in here. So.
Number 80 Charlie, flight heading of 360 and contact approach on 118.1. Number 901 Alpha, flight heading of 010. Number 3 Whiskey Mike, Fort Worth Center 127.0.
27-0, see ya. 3 Whiskey Mike. Fort Worth Center, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike, level 8,000, direct Millsap.
Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike, Fort Worth Center, hold Mineral altimeter 3005.
05, Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike. Didn't have much of cloud time, so I'll stop my timer. So, I can't remember if I did it in a video or not. I definitely did it in a video. I just don't know if I ever put the video out on YouTube or not, to be perfectly honest. But I'm thinking about ditching ForeFlight. I shouldn't say thinking about it, because I'm definitely doing it at this point. And going with Garmin Pilot. And the reason was, is it's really just, price is kind of getting expensive. So I was always at the middle tier for ForeFlight, which was about $260 a year, which was working great. But when I started instrument training, I definitely felt that the plates, whether it be the SIDS and stars, and especially the approach plates, were definitely hard to go, hard to do, like follow and maintain and all that kind of stuff, and read and make sense of it. So what I did was I did sign up for a Jeppesen subscription, and that helped tremendously. The way Jeppesen lays out their charts, whether it be SIDS, stars, ODPs, approach plates, all that stuff is super helpful. Made everything super easy to read, and I got to a point where, yeah, this is great, and I don't really need it anymore. Because now that I know how to read the plates, I know how to really decipher the FAA plates, and it's not nearly as confusing for me now as what it used to be. But one bonus that the JEP charts had, as opposed to FAA charts, is, yeah, even with the FAA charts, I can take my instrument approach plate and I can put that on the map, and it's easier for me to geo-reference where I'm at with that, with the subscription that I have for ForeFlight, and it was working good. But where I'm based out of, in South Fort Worth here, I almost, if I file IFR, I always get a SID or a star. Even if I put in the comments, no SIDs or stars, that I don't want to do it, then they say that they'll make an effort to do it, and I'm sure they do. I'm just in a busy area, right? So I always get SIDs and stars, and with the FAA plates, I can't put the SIDs and stars on the map like I want to do. So with Garmin Pilot, I still can't do that, but Garmin Pilot has got like the smart charts, which I'm sure the Garmin Pilot users have seen, and what I can do to make it similar is...
Number 3 Whiskey Mike, clear direct Abilene Airport.
direct to the airport, Cherokee 3 with Mike, thanks. That's awesome. Direct, enter. Go Abilene Airport here, direct, enter. Sweet. Shortcut.
American 229,
Nice.
Fort Worth Center, hiring just a moment, see altitude laser.
So I can see, I can split screen it, so I can see the actual IFR or VFR, depending on whichever chart I'm doing. I can see the chart on the top, but I can split screen on the bottom the plate that I want, as far as like the smart charts, whether it be the state or the star, or the approach plate. And to me, that is honestly just as good, and it completely makes up for the Jefferson charts being able to descend to the plate, to the map.
American 229.
So I don't need the smart charts here anymore because have now been given direct to the airport. So now I'm now officially off the set. So I don't need that. The one thing that the smart charts don't allow you to do though, which I did put in a feature request to do, is to do markups and annotations because the restrictions on the smart chart doesn't look like it is accounting for. It's definitely accounting for intersections and equipment being in-op and all that kind of good stuff, but it doesn't account for NOTAMs. So if I'm like on a SID or a star and the MEA or the MOCA has been changed for whatever reason, I can't make that markup on the smart chart. But I can do smart, so as long as I put my flight plan, as long as I put my route, my flight plan in here, I can just go to the leg and I can make a annotation on the actual locating chart. So because of that, I am perfectly happy making that switch and making that jump to Garmin Pilot and ditching ForeFlight. Though one of the worst parts was that since I had like 3 years of flying in ForeFlight, I had a lot of logbook entries that I was going to need to make up for. So it took some, didn't take a lot of work. It was time consuming is what it was. But I went to ForeFlight and I exported all my logbooks and I had to, can't just directly input them into Garmin Pilot because the format's slightly different. So I had to download the Garmin Pilot template and then kind of copy and paste all the information into the relevant blocks and then import them. And I did it in, I definitely couldn't just sit down and do that all at once, so I did it in small chunks to make sure I can get all my stuff in. Let's do our cruise checklist now that we're 8,000. So power mixture is set, instruments were looking good. And fuel, proper tank, and we'll monitor that. So we're good there. So I'm definitely happy doing that. So because the ForeFlight subscription was $260, the Jefferson charts on top of that was my next renewal was going to be like $550. So I'm like, dude, no, I'm done with that. I can get the premium subscription on Garmin Pilot out the door, $206, and dude, I was, there might be taxes and stuff in there that I need to account for, but that's saving, so, you know what I'm saying, like, it's not even, it'd be dumb for me to have not switched. The user interface between Garmin Pilot and ForeFlight definitely takes a little bit to get used to, but I am getting there, so I'm really happy with that, and the fact that I'm able to get used to that. So if I can do direct to the airport here. One thing I could do is, so my Abilene IFD right here is where my traffic is coming into. My Garmin GPS, my GPS2 does not have traffic on it, and I didn't need that. I only really one source of traffic, and that was good. But since I had ForeFlight, I did have a Century Mini. I was using in my early days before traffic was working on here, but now that I got this working, I haven't even been using that Century Mini. And I was able to push the traffic from my IFD to my ForeFlight and see traffic on my iPad, and that was great. The problem was when I made the jump to Garmin, the way the Abilene sends traffic information to the iPad is not compatible with how Garmin takes it, so I wasn't able to do that. So I did have to make one more investment, and that was for this guy you see right here. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. I wanted to go the cheaper route, and that was to buy this little Stratix ADS-B receiver. and that is now linked to my iPad, and now you can see I am able to absolutely see traffic here. And it's actually kind of a bonus. Yeah, it was another expenditure because I do have traffic here, but what if this dies? I no longer have traffic. So now I have two sources of traffic information. I'm really happy with that, and that's just a one-time investment, as long as it continues to work. So that works out pretty well. Let's go ahead and start getting some stuff set in. 1825 is going to be our next weather. 25, and that'll be Abilene weather, so let's see when we get that. 27.2 will be Abilene approach. We'll see when we get that. I want to see if I can do some things with my while we're cruising. But I'll play with this guy while we're cruising, but until then, I will get with you guys when we start picking up the weather and our descent into Abilene. See you guys. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are pretty much to Abilene already. I've already started my initial descent. I'm level of 4,000 now. I've already got the weather. I've already talked to approach guys. I'm getting set up to do the. I'm on a vector right now for the localizer 17 right approach. Really, just because I wanted to do an instrument approach. It definitely will not count, but I like doing instrument approaches. And we got the time. So it works out. Currently on a 260 heading. Final approach course is 175. We're getting pretty close to that, so we should be getting a turn here in a second to intercept. I've already briefed the approach on my own before you guys came back. We've already got the localizer identified, and I did it with the actual no-kidding Morse code as well. So. I did it both places. Long story short, for the briefing here, we're going to fly this heading, then we'll get a turn here in a second. We should cross Honan at or above 3,300, and then afterward we can drop all the way down to our MDA of 2280. If we have to go miss, there is a NOTAM.
Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike, 6 miles from final approach, fixed, turn left heading 200, maintain 4,000 till established on localizer. Cleared localizer, runway 17 right approach.
Left 240, maintain 4,000 till established. Clear for the localizer 17 right, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike.
Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike, turn left heading 200, 200.
Left 200, Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike. All right. I do have the runway inside already. It is kind of hazy out there, but we do got it. And because of that, it won't legally count. Hopefully the battery on this guy stays alive. Localizer starting to come in. We'll see if it manually turns green here in just a second, but here in a second we are about to go ahead and descend down to 3,300 because that is where we can go. Because we are now established on the localizer. Oop. Autopilot did something I wasn't expecting, so I automatically just turned it off.
Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike, contact Abilene Tower. Have a good rest of your day.
Over Tower, thanks for your help. 3 Whiskey Mike, have a good one. We definitely, we're going to go ahead and continue our descent down to 33. Abilene Tower, Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike, localizer 17 right, and I'll be going to the FBO.
Cherokee 253 Whiskey Mike, Abilene Tower, runway 17 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 17 right, Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike. Go ahead and get down to 3,300 a little bit quicker. We're at 38 right now. Yeah, autopilot did something I wasn't expecting. Whenever I I did something, but it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. So autopilot off. You don't play with that kind of stuff, especially if you're in the weather and you're this close to this low because you're not coming up on final. You just turn that shit off and hand fly it. But anyways, hopefully the battery on this guy lasts a little bit longer because I checked both of my camera batteries. One was at 30%, one was at 70%. So between the two, I had a 100% battery, but I did change batteries before I turned you guys back on, and you're in the smaller battery, but should be hopefully at least long enough to make it to touchdown. We got 8.4 miles to the runway. We're 36. Let's pick up this descent just a little bit longer, a little bit quicker, I should say. Everything's looking pretty good. The alternate miss instructions were is a straight out climb to 2800, then a climbing right turn to 5000 to the Abilene Vortex, and hold. The primary holding location is no dumped out. So I go to the alternate. Feed a little bit more mixture. We're 3450 to 33. Laterally, we are looking good. Got about another 100 feet to go. And we're going to hold this for another 1.5 miles. Runway is in sight. We're at 98 knots indicated. Getting a little bumpy. Not too terrible though. Here's our 3300, no lower. We need to maintain this until we get to Honan, which is 0.8 miles. And we're doing like 90 knots now, which is good for our Category A airplane. So we'll maintain this, plus or minus just a couple. After this, we can go all the way to 2280, which is our MDA. And then one thing I did not do was calculate a VDP on here, but I actually don't need to because there is one charted on here. There's a missed approach point here since the MDA is going to be the runway itself. Ideally, you don't want to take it all the way to the runway because you're not going to be able to make a descent. So let's go ahead and bug 2280 here while we're descending. 2300. But depending on the length of the runway, you're not going to take your, you're not going to commit to landing at the missed approach point, like at the runway, just because you have like no chance of making a good, safe landing. Depends on the length of the runway. Here, plenty of room. This is like a 10,000 foot long runway, so not a problem. Actually, I think it's 7,000 feet. Yeah, 7208, 7202, excuse me. We'll go ahead and do first notch of flaps. Got about a 6 knot crosswind from the right. So as we get lower, we'll do right aileron and left rudder into the wind. But if a VDP is not, a visual to some point is not charted, you want to do the math yourself there just so that you can kind of know where it's at. They don't chart one because there might be an obstruction. But you know, if you get to the VDP, if you can't see it, you just go. You kind of treat that as your missed approach. You don't do the missed approach procedure until you get to the actual missed approach point. But if you get to the VDP, your calculated VDP, and you're not going to land, you just commit to going missed. But here, the VDP is 1.4 miles from the end of the runway. So we got 1.2 miles to go till we get to the VDP. We actually need to get down a little bit quicker. 2280. 25 for 2300, so 200 feet to go. 200 feet. Laterally, we're looking good. We're right on the money. Put in a little bit of speed here. We don't want to get 100 feet to go, so I can nose down just to pick up a little bit of airspeed. We don't get too slow, but we can't nose down too much because we don't have a lot of buffer here. So. All right, here's our VDP. We are definitely going to make it, so let's go ahead and nose down. Pappy, we're good. And this is a localizer only, so there is no glide slope, so you really need to follow your Pappies. And we got 2 whites and 2 reds, so we're looking good there. Then 76 knots is like right where I want to be, so let's go ahead and do flaps 25. Looking good. A little bit of power. Thing is that being just a little bit more mixture. That windsock off to the right here. I'm gonna go ahead and set 2800, my new altitude, because that's where we're going if we have to go mist, which I don't expect to, but you never know. Right, here's the runway. Let's do, well, left rudder, right rudder. There we go, right on the 1,000 footers. Right.
November 3 Whiskey Mike, turn left label, taxi to parking via Charlie this frequency.
Okay, I'll do left on Charlie, Charlie to park with you, Cherokee 3 Whiskey Mike. All right, guys, welcome back to Abilene. Go get some gas and go pick up my kid. All right, guys, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you on the next one.